Time to paint some happy trees. Great finds today. I got people who work with their hands items. I've got a telephone truck. I've got the icon Bob Ross. This is a plush doll. And I've got an actual handprint of five-time world champion Roberto Duran, who signed this. And there's a plaque here. Now, Bob Ross, as you know, he is extremely popular now. Bob Ross himself is actually worth more now than he was when he died tragically at the age of only 52. Now, Bob Ross had a painting show on PBS. He would paint in 1 hour. He would show you how to paint all kinds of things. One of his best sayings was, "Let's add some happy trees."
Something about like that. Let's paint several little happy trees.
And they even have the happy trees here. He had the perm. This doesn't give it much credit. It was awesome. Ironically, Bob really didn't like the look, but he kept it because it was part of his brand. This is a plush toy. It's a new toy. He has become more popular now, especially with this generation. They watch on YouTube. He has a huge presence. During the pandemic, the BBC ran a lot of his shows for people who were locked down. He has really become more of an icon worldwide now than he was when he was living. Now, Bob wasn't always a nice guy. Bob spent 20 years in the military. He was actually a sergeant, and he would yell and scream at people, and he had to be mean. But he took a painting class up there in Alaska, and he promised himself that he would never be mean to anyone again, and that persona is what you see in his TV show. Because, see, he's always smiling. It seemed like he never got mad. But Bob Ross, we miss you, Bob. This is a plush doll. Now, Bob, as an artist, he had tons and tons of paintings, but you never see his paintings come up for auction or you see them anywhere. One family owns all the rights to him and has all the paintings because he painted so many when he painted in all those TV shows. The Smithsonian actually has acquired some of his paintings, and if they ever open again, you can go see some of the masterworks of one of the nicest guys, Bob Ross. Robert Ross, tragically gone too soon. I wish he would live long enough to see how much of an icon he actually has become. Now, thanks, Bob. Speaking of Bob's, this is Roberto, which of course is Spanish for Robert. Roberto. This is Roberto Duran. This is a handprint of Roberto Duran. You can see the signature here. It's Roberto Duran, Manos de Piedra. I hope I got that correct, but I know what that means. Hands of stone. He was he still is. He is a Panamanian boxing legend. He is one of the top 10 boxers of all times. He is only the second boxer to fight in 5 decades. 5 different decades. Jack Johnson was the first to do it. Roberto Duran did it. He won his last title. He is a 5-time world champion at 49 years old. Tom Brady, 49. Boxing world champion. He was extremely famous for being tough. He fought a ton of fights. He has his famous No Mas fight against Sugar Ray Leonard. He actually, to fight Tommy Hearns, he had to give up one of his titles to fight Tommy. That didn't work out so well.
Yeah, he's just hanging a big right hand. That's it, Tim.
But, hey, he never backed down for a fight. He continued to fight. He retired a couple times, but he is one of the greatest pugilists. That is the correct name for a boxer. You can see some boxing gloves. So this is a very cool piece. It is both a boxing, it's a plaque, it's Roberto Duran. It is an awesome piece of sports memorabilia. Roberto Duran, Panamanian, awesome, hands of stone. Bob Ross. Now, people that work with their hands. Way back, people used to come to your house to put in your telephone.
W Oh.
This is from the Andy Guard Remote Control company. It was Toy Town, USA. They had all kinds of different things. You could get fire trucks. You could get cars of the future. This is remote control. It goes forward and reverse. That's what they put on the box. Nothing to whine. Just press the button. You can see here, I did put the batteries in it. It does work. Now this is safe and powerful and fast. I don't know what fast means back then, but back when they had to come to your house to put telephone lines in, they even had the ladder still here so they could go up the telephone pole. See, that's where we get the name. And this is a pretty iconic symbol you would see for the Bell company, the Ma Bell as they called it. It's not a hugely sophisticated toy. These were cheap toys. You could get them, and they have a little catalog I'll show you in a second. You can see courtesy pays. That's great advice, not just in the 50s, not just for telephones, not just for toys. Bob knows courtesy pays. So this is a cool that comes in the box. This is it even comes with instructions, directions on the back. You can see the cool things you could get. You could get a future car, which sort of looks like the cars here. Different things that you could get. See the instruction. It is guaranteed to work. But look at the prices. $295 for a remote control assembly kit. $495 for this. That's actually more expensive than this is. Operating instructions. Use all toys require 2 standard flashlight batteries. They didn't even know what a D battery was back then. That's how long ago it was. It's from the Plastics Corporation in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is a cool little toy. This is collectible. This little guy was in there. This little guy was in here. I don't know who he is or where he came from. He's a cool little plastic toy. Plastic toys are, hard to keep around. It's got the dually, so I don't know what this is to. I don't know if this is part of that collection, but this was in the bottom of the box here. So I just thought it was neat there. So these are all toys or items that are people work with their hands. It's even a mold of a hand. What do you think's worth the most? Now, toys are going to be cool. This is the oldest item, and they're really pretty close. You'd be surprised. This sells for around $25 to $30 in working condition, which it does work. It does have this. Some are better with the boxes. If you add the fire truck, it's more. The crane, it's more. But it's not a huge item, but that's still nothing to not try and sell. Now, Bob or Roberto? Now, Roberto Duran, because he's 69 years old now, he's not as well known now. You'd have to find the Roberto Duran, even though he's a top 10 fighter of all time. This isn't actually his autograph, but it's cool to hang on the wall. If you found a boxing fan, this would be something that they would love because he is the Hands of Stone. This sells for about $25 to $30. Not very much. I have seen them go for more, but that's just what it goes for. I don't make up the prices. I just look them up. Now, Bob, this is just a plush toy. I was pretty impressed with this particular plush toy, as I'm impressed with Bob. Now, this is just a plush toy. It's new. It's not that. There's tons of plush toys. I've seen this sell for about $15 to $20. So, good job, Bob. See, nice guys don't always finish last. Remember that. And remember your happy trees. And please share this with someone you love because the world needs more Bobs.